Hey, Adam with DIY Agency here, and today we're going to talk about creating and dominating a niche. My kind of A to Z blueprint on what I do to create content. I got a message a couple of days ago from Pyroblast M, and he said, or she said, I think it's a hey, so good, thanks for sharing. Can I ask you if you got a video explaining from start to finish what an idea, from an idea, then into keyword research, and finally how to write content around those? Because his field and target niche is completely off to mine, which is going to happen, quite frankly. So specifically, I think what is important is he says, like your reasoning, like why do I choose it? So what I did was create kind of a simple, blueprint, if you will, and then I'm going to actually show you some tools that I use because I hate doing it manually anymore. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing that I always look at is kind of defining your niche. What are you interested in? What are your unique strengths? What are you going to bring to the table with this niche? What specific aspect of this niche are you most knowledgeable and passionate about? And I know some of you are already like nails on the chalkboard because you like the word niche instead of niche, but that is what it is. So what unique strengths or skills can you use to promote this? What platform will you create your content on? So again, it's important. Like I have a full YouTube channel about sports and tech. And that's what I'm interested in. What are my unique strengths? Well, hopefully I have a good understanding of both, and I'm going to bring, I review products, and I'm going to bring my experience and my history into the reviews and why it's important for people to buy them, and then of course my experience with them. Was it a good or positive experience? What specific aspect of this niche am I most knowledgeable and passionate about? So that's really when you start to go down to sub niches. So I'm a softball coach, so I will talk about fast pitch softball bats, products and services that help train my players and might be interested for moms and dads to buy their kids. So I take it from a general niche of sports down to a sub niche. And then of course my platform is YouTube, but I also create websites around this stuff. So just understanding that, creating your niche from start to finish begins with kind of understanding what you want to do. Trust me, the last thing you want to do is pick a niche that you're completely not interested in, because you're really going to avoid creating content because quite frankly it's boring to you and it becomes laborious, and there's a lot of friction there. So let's make sure it's something you enjoy and something that you think, at least from the beginning, that you can do 5 years from now. So the next thing that we want to do is a little bit of market research. We want to see if there's actually a market for our niche. Are there people that are interested in it? Is there a demand for what you're talking about according to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Google Trends, Keyword Planner, TikTok, whatever your platform's going to be? Look on it for that content, or are there people interested in it? I always like to look at Google Trends or Keyword Planner, just to understand, if there's search volume. Are there people that are actually searching for that content? YouTube's a good place for that as well. How does your topic or solution cater to this niche's unique need? So again, just speaking to my sports focused YouTube channel. I try and talk about products and services that are products specifically that people are going to be interested in if they're bringing up a softball player. What bats to choose, or bats are expensive. They're up to $500 or more nowadays. So like picking the right softball bat is one heck of an investment. So my experience with a number of different bats, seeing a lot of players hit with different bats, how often they break, whether they're good for bunting, slapping, hitting bombs, like those things are important. So, my specific solution caters to that unique need, in my opinion. And is this audience in this niche likely to invest in your solution? How do you get paid? So there's, am I going to create a course? Am I doing affiliate marketing where I'm literally promoting specific products? What is the way that you're going to get paid? And quite frankly, if you're not going to get paid for this, why are you doing it? So sometimes there's simple just content creation. You can use YouTube and get paid for views. Again, there's affiliate marketing. There's AdSense for Google web pages. Understanding how you're going to get paid is kind of the end. If you aren't going to get paid for your topic here, then stop and go find something that interests you enough that you can get paid from, because otherwise doing the rest of this stuff is certainly not worth it. All right, so the next thing we want to do is identify our ideal prospect. You've probably heard the terms buyer persona or customer avatar. Who are we speaking to? Who's your audience? What is it exactly that this audience is, or what about them is going to be of interest to you, and more importantly, what is your solution going to do for that specific audience? So what's their age, what's their profession, their geographic location, what industry are they in, what are their main pain points, their responsibilities, what challenges, why are they interested in your content, what motivates them to seek a solution that you're offering? Like with those pain points, like are they that bad that they're going to actively search for a solution, or is it a nice to have? And that's really important. So when somebody buys a glove, believe it or not, for softball, for example, unless the glove breaks or they outgrow it, usually it's a one and done solution, because a kid can catch or they can't catch. The glove usually isn't really a big thing. So if you are trying to push gloves to people, that may not be a pain point that people are trying to solve. However, a bat, believe it or not, people get a lot more, interested in what bat they're using and what bat other teammates are using or opponents are using, because that ball that gets caught, or the pop-up, or whatever the result is, usually there's a lot more pain in the result of a swing than there is in the result of a catch. So if the kid drops the ball, it's usually because they just can't catch. It has nothing to do with the equipment, whereas a lot of people tend to blame the bat based on the fact that their kid's swing isn't great or they're not a good hitter, but they'll find the bat is the first thing. So what motivates them to seek a solution, and are they interested in it? So that's really, really helpful. And finally, what we want to do is research the competition, a competitor analysis. What is the market itself as far as solutions providing? Who are who are the competitors catering to? Who are they targeting specifically? That helps you to understand if your audience is the right audience, and what subdivision of that audience are they talking to? Are they talking to moms? Are they talking to dads? Are they talking to the players, for example, for softball? Is there some kind of specific, we're only talking travel players? Are we talking about, t-ball and rec players? There's a lot of different subdivisions of that niche that you want to kind of focus on, and that may make a difference in what your product and service offerings are, and more specifically, it may make a difference in how interested people are. Again, t-ball and rec ball, softball players, people aren't really going to be interested in spending $500 on a bat a lot of times, but a travel program softball player parent, they may very well be interested in buying multiple bats and training aids and the like. So what that ideal prospect is really can help be defined by the competition and what you see other people doing, and you may not even know that there's a whole audience out there, a great product to offer, until you research your competition. I can't tell you how many times I've found solutions for my personal pain points, let alone my audience's pain points, just by researching competition and seeing stuff. So who are they targeting is obviously important. What needs are they addressing with their with your prospect, and what are they missing with that? And how do they position their solutions? And what can you learn from that? How are they addressing those needs for your prospect? You may not be doing it the right way. So that's kind of just an overall how I do it. So let's actually talk about utilizing tools for automated solutions that I think make this a lot easier. So let's jump into that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link down below. It's a company called Kwestify, or a product called Kwestify, and this thing is really, really awesome. If you don't feel like just going and doing the manual work that we just talked about figuring out things that you want and researching niches that you're interested in, this thing is really, really cool. There's a couple different things that we're going to talk about here with this specific tool, and then I'm going to demonstrate how they're used and how it can literally help you if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're trying to figure out a niche that might be interesting to you but don't have the time to kind of really brainstorm it. What we're going to do is we're going to look at their niche digger. And really what it's going to do is uncover profitable market niches that are really starting to grow out there. So what we would do is literally just hit niche digger, and it's going to ask me for a campaign name, and then I'm going to either generate a random niche list, a list of little known niches, sub niches, or niche products. So what I would do is then generate a random niche list if I didn't know what I'm doing. All right, so this gave me a list of 100 different niche topics. Now again, this could be something, if I wanted even more, I could certainly do that. This is just 50 of the 100 results. And what this shows me is not only the actual keywords, but then I can kind of search them on Google, Amazon, YouTube, or Google Trends to kind of see what kind of activity there is. So one that I found pretty interesting was virtual reality games, because I think that's a pretty important or growing I guess niche. So all I would do is click on this. That then takes me to Google Trends, and I can see the interest over time. Now I can adjust this to go, a long time, 20 years, 5 years, a custom time frame. Generally speaking, I like to do a 1 year to get a real good feel of kind of what goes on during the course of the year. And understand there's almost always going to be a drop off around Christmas to New Year's. You're almost always going to see kind of this drop off done. Now, also important is kind of how important it is by region. Again, this is really big in Nigeria and Kenya. United States, we can start looking at related topics, related queries, meaning that somebody going in and typing in virtual reality games, we can find keywords that are relevant to that, and this will give me 25 different keywords that are relevant, which is really, really important. And so if I decide that virtual reality games is something I'm interested in, that's a gigantic topic, so I may want to break it down into a further sub-niche that I can explore a little bit further. So again, what we do is we go back to our Questify page, and we will be looking for our niche digger. And again, we would be looking for sub-niche ideas. And again, all I would do is type in the virtual reality games there and go further down the rabbit hole, if you will, of sub-niches. And again, I already ran the campaign, so let's do that. All right, so this is going to give me a list of, again, 100 sub-niches underneath virtual reality games. And we can see horror games, puzzle games, educational VR games, escape room games, sci-fi shooter games, all kind of relevant to, again, VR games. And so again, it's up to you whether or not you pick one or multiple. And what I always recommend is if something grabs your attention, there may be, for instance, VR escape room games, there may be 7 similar in here that are worth exploring. So I would just continue to research this and dig pretty deep, spend some time doing it. But once you have an idea of what's interesting to you and you think is a relevant niche, again, what we may want to do is check the Google Trends. It may not even be important to you because it's something that really is exciting to you, and so therefore you maybe want to just dive right into it. So if it is interesting to you, the next step is kind of coming up with keywords now that we know exactly what topic we want to cover. So there's a lot of different ways we can do this. We can do a general keyword discovery. We can do what people also search for. We can do related searches to that particular keyword. And what I always like to do is people always ask. So really what I would do is, again, enter the campaign name, enter in my keyword. I can either choose whether it includes keywords, excludes keywords, make sure that there's nothing similar in the results. And again, I can choose however many max results I want, and it's really going to just search for Google. And so once we've done that, again, just looking for VR escape room games because that's our sub niche that we're interested in, what we'll find is a whole bunch of questions that are actually typed in directly to Google that people are asking. So are there VR escape room games? Are VR escape room games any good? How does a VR escape room work? What are the benefits of VR? So as you can see, there's a lot of different people or a lot of searches that are being done for these particular keywords. Now, part of this is how do I make it profitable? Do I promote a specific escape room game? Am I doing a course on how to create escape room games or VR escape room games? How you monetize that is really up to you, and I do recommend, again, that you make sure you know how you're going to monetize before you start building out campaigns. But this gives me a whole list of relevant keywords that, again, I did the questions asked, but I can also find relevant keywords that I want to utilize. And what I want to do is start creating a full database of keywords and questions that people are asking, so I know exactly what I want to create content based on. And that's what we're going to do, is jump into our next tool. And so I'm literally just going to copy, let's see, I'm going to copy the selected, select all 107, and I'm literally just going to copy that, and I'm going to take that over to my next tool. All right, so my next tool is actually made by the same company, and I think it's fantastic. And again, I'll have a link below. It's AI Wise Mind, and it's really about creating content automatically utilizing keywords. So we can do a couple different things. We can use an informational post, a product review from Amazon, other product reviews. We can do YouTube posts. But for this specific thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bunch of website posts. And then if I choose to, I can then create content on YouTube or Instagram or whatever based on the results of these posts. And what it's going to do is create an article for this, all these keywords that I just copied over and all these questions. So let's just call it, all right, so we call it a virtual reality escape room games, and I'm literally just going to paste all those questions that they just talked about. And from there, I can create affiliate links in this. So I integrate affiliate links into it. I can add some context about what I want the results to be. I can use the actual keywords, are there VR escape rooms, as the titles, or I can allow an AI to really just create similar titles. I'm going to actually use keywords as a title, and I'm not going to put any affiliate links in right now. I can always do that after the fact. If there is an affiliate link, I can have it linked to a specific thing. I can have it say visit official website, purchase now, blah 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 blah. I can choose how many links I want in there. If I want to have button colors, add no follows to it, add my own affiliate links or text. Affiliate anchors, or I can actually put in a specific link if I wanted to here. From there, I can add video embeds, and so basically it'll yank YouTube videos related to that particular topic, the keyword, or I can also add images. So if I use the video embeds, it's going to automatically search YouTube for related videos, or I can add a custom video. So if I want to promote one of my own YouTube videos, I would go ahead and do that there, simply by adding the video URL here. As far as images, and I can choose not to include images if I want, and I can choose not to include videos. What we would do is extract images from URLs when available, stock images, AI generated images, or Google search images. So I'm just going to do simply Google search images, and again, it does tell you that there's when generating DALL3 or DALL-E 3 images, there is some pricing costs associated with it. You can also add images, copyright disclosures in there, and then from there, what we have the ability to do is kind of choose how the content is created, whether we want to use a specific GPT Turbo or regular GPT model, what language we want it to be in. So if you want to create something in French, in Spanish, whatever, you can choose from those things. Tons of different languages in there. What's the tone of voice? Do I want it to be professional, conversational, humorous, empathetic, blah, blah, blah. I always like to use just friendly. And do we want to do it as a first person, like I, me, you, or I'm sorry, I, me, mine, first person plural, second person, third person. I always just tend to, or you can do a random, I always tend to use just second person, talking about you need to do this, you are this. And then how many posts am I going to create? So based on this, I have 107 different keywords. Now, if I'm using keywords as a title, which is the goal here, I'm just going to create 107 keywords. If I wanted to create, take this off and create 500, I could do 500 different posts created based on that. So again, finding this down here, we're going to create 107, and then we can publish immediately or publish on a schedule. And why am I publishing on a schedule? Because I'm going to be posting this to WordPress. And so really what you can do is with this, you can connect your WordPress sites. I'm not going to go into that. There's another video that walks you through AI Wise Mind, which I'll link below, that can walk you through this whole process. But really what you would be doing is posting directly to WordPress, and you select which site that you want to connect and then what the published status is. So real simple. And then of course I can schedule this, meaning do I want to do 1 post a day? Do I want to do 10 posts a day? How many posts do I want to do per day so that I don't jam up Google when they index all my content? So I would do 1 every day, and so now I have 107 days full of content coming out. And for this purpose, I'm not going to post to WordPress because I just want to show you the results as I run this campaign. But again, what I can do is I can generate featured images, tags, categories, all these different things, and I can add internal links, which means I can have it linking between different posts within my WordPress website. So really, really cool stuff. But again, I'm going to not do that right now because I just want to show you the results. And I'm going to actually publish immediately so I get all 107 posts so you can see what they look like. So I'm going to go ahead and create. All right, and this may take a moment just because, again, I'm creating 107 different pieces of content, so the AI is writing in the background, and so you do need to give it a few minutes to kind of let it do its thing. Now, again, if it was auto-posting to WordPress, I'd be gone. I wouldn't care, but here, I'm going to demonstrate it for you, so I just want to share with you. So I'm going to pause here and just come back when it's complete. All right, so it's been about a minute. I'm already at 39 posts, so I'm just going to go ahead and click in so you can see what they look like. And again, I'm just going to scroll to the bottom here, and we're going to see a whole bunch of stuff that's, we'll just click the status button so that we see what's done. And again, what is the first thing to do in an escape room? Can you play escape room simulator in VR? Are virtual reality escape rooms any good? So let's look at what the articles are looking like. But I will also want to showcase, how many words these are all creating. So, I've got 2,500 word articles. I've got 1,200 word articles. It's all kind of all over the place. But, the idea being that it's not just 2,500 every single time. So Google looks for that stuff, just so you know. So let's just, does Escape Simulator have VR? How does a VR escape room work? Let's talk about that. So I'm going to click on it. And so it gives me kind of my title, my meta description, an actual article. Again, if you'll note, not only is it giving me some nice content, but it's broken out in a nice, easy to read format. Again, there's going to be pictures if I wanted, videos if I wanted, that post directly to WordPress. But since I just printed out here, you're not going to actually have that. But if you do want to integrate it into WordPress, which I highly, highly, highly recommend to automate this whole process, these things would just literally pump right into to WordPress. And again, if you actually read this, which I'm not going to bother to do, but I can tell you the content's amazing. Imagine being transported to a surreal world where you are challenged to solve puzzles, find hidden objects, and unravel the mysteries around you. In this captivating article, we will explore the fascinating realm of VR escape rooms and delve into how they work. Brace yourself for an immersive adventure that will leave you questioning reality and craving for more. Get ready to escape into the exciting world of virtual reality. So I want you to understand, yeah, it's a little stupid to call it a captivating article, but I think what's important that I think you need to understand as a potential user of this product is they used a lot of keywords that people would be utilizing when talking about VR and escape rooms. So immersive, adventure, questioning reality, escape, unravel the mysteries. Like, these are things that people would be talking about in that particular niche. So it's really, really important that, again, we then talk, what is a VR escape room? Definition of it, key components of it, setting up one, hardware requirements, software requirements, creating the environment, designing the puzzles, testing and it's not going to be a perfect article, but man, it covers a lot of great information, and Google would digest this stuff and just think about how many keywords are being utilized. So yes, my specific keyword search is how does a VR escape room work? So when people type that into Google, it's super, super relevant. But again, it's loaded with keywords like VR escape rooms, hardware components, VR headsets, again, VR software, 3D modeling, like all the relevant keywords that this could potentially rank for, all within that niche. So So again, it's important to understand how would I monetize this. I would be putting in some, whether it's a content a course or something I'm promoting. Whatever I'm promoting, I'm going to put links throughout this so it gets promoted. And so you can put whatever calls to action you want to do in there. It could be kind of lead capture type thing if you're trying to create a course. It could be a sign up. It could be just a simple link to somebody else's product. Whatever it is, hopefully that gives you an understanding of, again, the simplest and easiest way to create content. Now, from here, I have a blueprint, literally a blueprint for a YouTube video or a Instagram post or a TikTok, whatever. Whatever I choose to do, I've already got the content that's created for me. So obviously all I would do is then just read it, understand it, digest it, and that way I can do a video about it. Or I can literally just share this kind of thing on YouTube and literally just walk through step by step as I'm reading through the article I wrote, and I maybe put it on my website, which would be VREscapeRoomCreation.com or something like that, where I'm building that WordPress site where I'm just loading all this content. I then just literally take that page and I walk through it. And then once I have a YouTube article, I would then maybe consider doing more articles and then having that YouTube video being the very specific URL, that YouTube embed that we talked about. That would be maybe the one I embed into all the other future posts. So again, hopefully this is helping you understand my A to Z philosophy and exactly how I would do stuff. Now, knowing exactly what my content is already, or my topic is, I maybe skip a whole bunch of the original, defining your niche. Is there a market for your niche? Once you know what you're doing, it's easy to kind of use those two tools, but if you don't, start here. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you have any questions that you'd love answered, please leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.